In today's video, we're talking about the EURUSD as it starts to break down and the DXY starts to break out higher. And I'll also have an update on the pound, which we talked about on Monday. Now, before we get into today's video, if you want my help with your trading, including seeing my trades live, that includes entry, stop loss, and take profit. And that also includes 2 trades I've put on so far this week, both of which are in profit right now. You're going to get my trades in real time. You're going to see VIP-only videos, daily setups, all in Discord, and also full access to the course. Be sure to check out the link in the description of this video for 85% off lifetime access. And by the way, guys, just kind of a side note, I will be increasing the price here soon. I'm not going to tell you exactly when, but it will be going up, shortly, just because this price has been set, guys, for the past 10 years. And my costs have gone up with trying to run the website and all the social media as well. So I have to increase the price. I'm just letting you guys know in advance. All right, looking at the EURUSD here, 4-hour time frame. So you can see that off of this low back here. Okay, so we had the move higher to start August, and this was a very aggressive move here from the euro. And you can see where we do have this imbalance down here, the single print around 114.39. Okay, now technically this entire area down here really is an imbalance for the euro considering this move that we saw to start August. Now you can also see that from this low back here, we have this trend line. Okay, so from August 5th, off of these lows, we do have a trend line here on the 4-hour time frame. And so far, the euro is breaking down. It held up here on the 4-hour. And we also got a tag of that single print up here at 116.91. Now, the benefit of being in Discord, guys, in that VIP group is the fact that I announced this level, okay, this level at 116.91 to VIP members on Monday. So before the euro even got up here, when the market was trading back here, I announced this level right here as one to watch as potential resistance to where we could get the euro tagging this level and selling off. And sure enough, the market actually reached 2 pips above that level before it rotated lower. So really nice, really clean short entry there for anybody who took it in Discord. And now looking at the 4-hour time frame, following that tag of that single print, we do have the euro breaking down here on the 4-hour time frame. So this is the first 4-hour close below this level since it began back here on August 5th. So the euro is looking relatively weak right now. Furthermore, you can see that this high back here, this was a lower high. Right? So during this time, the euro had been forming these higher highs, and then we got this lower high over here. Okay, so that was your first indication that the euro could be headed lower. Now, in terms of where this market could be going, okay, we've obviously got, very clear areas like this low down here, this one, and then of course this pocket down here, right around 115.85 or so. All right, so those are going to be obvious areas for the euro. You can also do something like this here if you want to get a little bit more advanced off of these highs up here. Chances are we probably see an area like this become support here for the euro. So down here in this area, if we do get the continued move lower, this region down here, which probably lines up with this pocket of consolidation back here for the euro. Okay, so right around 116, maybe just above that mark, could become support here over the coming days. With resistance, of course, flipping to this trend line from that August 5th low. All right. Now looking at the DXY. Now, before we get to that, actually, I want to talk about the pound, which I did promise an update on this. And we talked about this on Monday here on this channel. And guys, this was another case where, I talked about this single print up here just above this key resistance area. So you had this level right here, the high, low back here. This was your resistance. And then above that, just above that, we had this single print that formed up here around 135.29. I mentioned this in the video on Monday. In fact, I believe I even said, if you're looking for a short, not financial advice, but this was the area to do it. Okay. And sure enough, we saw the market. Actually, let's take a look here because this level, this single print was 135.29. And if we look at the high here on Tuesday, we can see that the high is 135.31 or so. Okay, so I mean, literally, once again, 2 pips above that level I pointed out on Monday. And now we are getting the pound rotating lower down here into this key support pocket, right around 134.70/80. Okay, so this area back here is going to be the next key support here for the pound, right down here. And then below that, of course, we have the single print down here that I also talked about on Monday, right around 133.84. Okay, so the reason this is really interesting here for the pound for a potential target is you have all these lows back here. And like I discussed on Monday, this is really just one big range for the pound. Okay, so this is a range trade, guys. Range highs up here, you've got the range lows down here. And technically you could say this is the range low, this right here is the mid range, right around 133.80 or so. Now, this single print right down here, we talked about this on Monday, but this is interesting because it sits just below 2 lows back here. So the pound never did test this level following the breakout. So in my opinion, guys, this area down here could help to drag the pound lower over the coming days. And that's especially true when we talk about the DXY. So let's get back on track here and talk about the DXY and the euro. And the DXY right now, guys, is really, really clean. Now, there's a lot going on here. However, it's all very clean here from the DXY. Now, this is your larger descending channel. Okay, so this gives you context into the overall market, ever since back here in April, right? So we had the move higher back here toward resistance. We got the move lower. We had the move higher. And now we're coming off of this support area. Now, the reason that we didn't see the DXY come down here or haven't yet down there toward the bottom of this channel is the fact that 97.70, we've talked about this at length. This is a key monthly level going back years. We've discussed it many, many times. And furthermore, you can see where we have this channel within a channel. Okay, so this ascending channel back here off of the lows. So you can see that from this low over here, let me move this over. So we've got this low down here, we've got this one and these highs. Okay, so from the gap back here, this was a failed breakout, guys, above those June highs around 99.35. So we talked about this back here. We had the failed breakout. The market closed back below. That was a sign of weakness. And you can see where the bottom of this channel comes in right down here at these lows. Now, what was interesting about this is that this right here was the first higher low within this move lower. Okay, so back here is when I started telling VIP members to start watching for potential opportunities on the buy side, okay, because it did start to look a little bit more bullish. Now, in terms of the trigger for a US dollar moving higher back toward 98.50/60, if we are going to get this, this is really, really clean, guys. Let's look at the 4-hour time frame. You can see that off of this high right back here. So off the high, basically, August 1st, right? This high right here, you've got this one. You've got several highs through here. And by the way, you can ignore this wick. This is a trading view feed issue. I don't know why they haven't corrected it yet, but you can ignore this wick. The market was never up here. You got this high back here. And now look what's happening so far today. Okay, 48 minutes to go with this 4-hour candle. And so far, the DXY is trying to break out from this descending channel. Okay, so all in all, guys, it's starting to look a little bit more bullish here for the US dollar as it moves within that ascending channel going back there to July. All right, so you can clearly see, guys, that we have the DXY. Let me move out here so you can see it. So we have the market moving within this channel right here, this ascending channel, right? So this is what we've seen so far. This, again, was your failed breakout. We got the move lower, and now it's coming off of support. So in my opinion, if the market can break above this 98.20 area here for the DXY, then we're likely looking at a move back there toward 98.50/60, and then potentially a move back up here toward this imbalance, right? Remember, this wick right here, guys, is incorrect. The market was never up here. So you've got this imbalance from the DXY following that failed breakout to where if we get the DXY breaking above 98.20, then we could get that extended move up here toward levels like this high back here, and then potentially above that August 1st high to fill in this imbalance. All right, so that's what to watch, guys. I mean, the dollar right now is starting to look a little bit more bullish. Nothing finalized just yet, but it is starting to look a little more bullish. And again, we have the euro breaking down below that August 5th trend line. Okay, so as of right now, as things stand, I like the euro lower as long as it's holding below this level. But again, watch the DXY if you are trading the majors. Watch this area around 98.20 because this is, in my opinion, the one to watch here for the DXY over the coming days. Break above this, hold above this area around 98.20 over the coming days on the 4-hour time frame or higher. And I do think we're looking at that move up toward 98.50/60, potentially back there toward the 99.3, up there toward 99.5 area over the coming days. All right, guys, I hope this video has helped. If it has, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and also join us in VIP. Check out the link in the description of this video for 85% off lifetime access. Trade well out there, and I will talk to you again tomorrow.